straight. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. This is the salute to you, the paying public, the Bunbury City Speedway, as the fireworks go off the back of the General's ute. There's the trophy. Put your hands together now. General John Day always does something a little bit special. Trophy girls, Bob Chalmers, Doug Carlson. Doug Carson, I should say, there instructing Bob Chambers, the chief steward.
Now, when you said that the men were about to go on a 40-lap marathon man-made hill, I thought you were talking about you and I. This is going to be a long way.
Certainly is. Well, we're going to do it by 10. So here we...
How about this guy? I'm down on the trackside. Wayne Millman has got a straw into the side of his helmet. And I thought, what's this? And we look back, and just to the back of the roll cage is a little canister of cordial. And he's actually going to take a bit of Cotty's cordial at 20 laps. So they're pretty well prepared for this 40-lapper.
Well, the West Australians, as you know, they run a 100-lapper. They got their sandwiches, tea and coffee. It's like the Tour de France. This is the Tour de Bunbury. But I hope those people at the bar are having a good time. We were hoping one of them would bring us a nice ice-cold beer, but it never happened.
We're still hoping. Well, as they come onto the main straight this time, ladies and gentlemen, how about getting on your feet? That way they can see just how much you appreciate what they've done in the last 2 days. So as they come onto the main straight, get on your feet, put your hands together for them. They can see a reaction from you. They'll know it's all been worthwhile. They've come a long way. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we like to see. Up on your feet. This is going to be a great title, Con. One of the classics, I think.
Yes, a great field of drivers and a very excited crowd here ready to take us on 40 laps. 40 laps of speedway racing on this 560-metre gumbo clay track. This track is approximately 50 metres longer than the Claremont track now. It is purpose-built, and the people that in the history going back many, many years ago, 22 or 23 years, guys like Lloyd Bickett and Harold Thomas and myself, we all met down here when this was a swamp, and now it is one of the finest speedway venues, not only in Australia, but believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, one of the finest speedway venues in the world. This is the Bunbury City Speedway. You are about to be entertained by Bunbury Nissan as we proudly present to you the Australian Modified Sedan Championship Grand Final. The pride and joy and place in Western Australia, Shane Martin on the pole position. On the outside of him, former dual national champion, the veteran driver Bob Walling of New South Wales.
Kind of a face tells 1,000 words sometimes, and Shane Martin looked as nervous as anyone had ever seen. He was pacing, he was shaking, he was sweating, and he's absolutely on fire at the moment. He's so nervous, but he could well do it. Once the first couple of laps settle in, it's usually where you see the guys settle down a little bit, but he's got some experience behind him. The two fielders, fresh-bred Commodores, are the Walling men right in the front row with him, and of course Ian Brims. Hancock a little further back than he'd like to be, but 40 laps.
Car number 29 has struck a spot of bother, which is unfortunate. Trevor Johnson, is he going to win the race against time? They're going to send him on one more lap. One more lap. Car number 14 is told that he should be in front of car number 3. Hello, looks like we're at Ascot. Cut it out. Ken. Trevor Johnson. Can he make it, ladies and gentlemen? The AFCF officials are there working on his car. What a vicious blow to the young man. It was bad enough for poor old Peter Thayer, but to have got to the start line and now find, oh, they look like they're going to push the car. They want to push a ute. They need a push a ute. Can he make it? Car number 29, Drama, at the start of the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship Grand Final. Push a ute to the rescue. Just as well for telecommunication, we can get to the people to say don't let it go, but it gives the drivers an opportunity to give their track a good wheel packing. Let's hope they've got plenty of fuel for 40 laps. Oh, he's out of the event. Well, that's terrible for young Trevor Johnson. He was one of the fancied men. Brims is the 36 car. Ian Brims from Queensland is strong. Johnson's going again, but it just won't fire. It must have been a fuel blockage right at that crucial moment. They say an ounce of luck's worth a fortune, but an ounce of bad luck's worth even worse. The white line's been put out. The Bunbury Nissan Ute will lead the circuit. John Day begins to quicken the pace, and they are off and racing in the 1994 Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship. And Bob Walling really tuned up and gave Shane Martin a heavy knock. So right from the start, and Marsden sent him around. So there they go. Bob Walling's knocked off the race, and they will have to put the caution lights on. Yes, they have, and they'll order a complete restart. A complete restart. Oh, Shane Martin said, well, Bob, you played it hard with me, and I'll play it hard with you. And what will the steward now? Yes, he's called a complete restart. There once again an ounce of luck's worth of fortune. Well, I'll tell you what, Wade, it hadn't completed one lap, so the rules are, if something goes wrong in the first lap, the race is completely restarted.
Con, I think the old adage, paybacks are hell, comes to mind pretty quickly, because there was some pretty heavy work, as you said, on the main straight. But the guys are probably so keyed up, they're probably so nervous, and I really do feel for them. You sense the excitement in the guys' voices down there.
Well, Bob Walling now saying a few words to Shane, as he has also been breathing a sigh of relief. It's 40 laps. You don't want to win it in the first. You want to be winning it on lap 40. So you've got to actually keep yourself clean, have fresh air in your face. Well, Shane Martin was to have the pole position. Now he's on the outside. So he has had the choice of where he wanted to start. Bob Walling's not happy. Oops. Oh, these guys are towing. Oh, no! Oh, this is unbelievable. This is very, very sad. Come on, Bob. Bob Walling being told to slow down. Slow down, take a deep breath. Oh, Bob Walling's pointing fingers at him. And he's not exactly ordering one in the bar either, Kent. I think he's saying, I'm going to get that guy. Oh, now Brim's come up there to make it 3 wide.
A not so subtle message there from Ian Brims. I think he was saying, get on with it, guys.
Yeah, don't fool around. Bob Walling wasn't going to let him, not going to let him in. This is unusual. Now the other car from the second race, he's gone up alongside of Bob Walling and saying, come on, Bob, play the game. So something is erratically wrong. They have got the magnetic board out. Let's see, they're getting it right now. That's right. It's right now. It's all right, guys.
They're making me nervous.
That's right. Separate. They want you to stay a little bit wide apart. Bob Walling's not happy. Greg Walling's there to go on to protect his dad. Believe you me, this is going to be a tough one. Bob Walling knows what it is to win an Australian title. Shane Martin is about to taste it if he can stay in one piece for 40 grueling laps as Bunbury Nissan give you take 2 of the Australian Modified Sedan Championship. The Bunbury Nissan Ute leaves the track, as does General John Day. The green lights come on and Bob Walling takes the lead as Ian Brims on the outside. Oh, they really absolutely mauled the West Australian driver as Ian Brims on the outside now thunders down the back straight and grabs second place right at the beginning. Bob Walling leading and Shane Martin shoves him out the road. Slip and slide, dip and dive. These men are out on a mission. 1 lap down in the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship. Bob Walling from New South Wales leads. Ian Brims from Queensland. Shane Martin from Western Australia. Back to Greg Walling from New South Wales. Alan Buckley from Western Australia. Phillip Rose as the passing flag lap comes out already. 2 laps down and Buckley's gone off the side of the track and they have let the race go. Car number 14, that was Noel McGrath, the Victorian driver. Roughhouse tactics. Digger Clark's a lap behind and he's going slower than he can, but he's out of turn number 4 and down the main straight. Bob Morling leads the Australian Modified Sedan Championship. Ian Brims looks very strong. Shane Martin in 3rd place. Greg Morling up in 4th place. Alan Buckley in 5th. Then car Philip Rose from Western Australia. Martin fights back. He gives Brim a bit of a shove in the back where his mother never ever kissed him. Out of turn number 4 they go once again. 5 laps down and 35 to go. Bob Morling, 2nd place man. Ian Brim back there to car number 7. Shane Martin in 3rd place. He gets at the back of Brims once again. So the Bunbury driver's got a very fast car. Bob Morling sitting in the hot seat. Out of turn number 4 once again. This is the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship Grand Final here at Bunbury City Speedway. Greg Morling hit the wall that time. A big cloud of smoke comes up from the back of the car. So the race is still a firecracker at the moment. The laps are ticking by and the cars that are out in front are making life very difficult for the back markers. Out of turn number 4, Bob Morling, Ian Brims in car number 36. Back to 7 is Shane Martin. Number 3 is Greg Morling. Then Alan Buckley, Philip Rose, Hancock, the WA champion. Then Johnson up there in car number 22 going well. Neil Johnson. The passing flag comes out. They have only completed 7 laps of this event, and now Ian Brims is starting to make life very uncomfortable for the race leader Bob Morling as they go through the top turn once again. Plenty of action here at Bunbury City Speedway. This is the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Championship Grand Final. It's like a match race between Brims and Morling. They are mauling each other, if that's all you can say. The passing flag comes out of the car number 21, Chris Overall from Victoria. Shane Martin still trying to stay in touch. Greg Morling's there going very well indeed. And as they come down the back straight, that's 9 laps. And Ian Brims has taken the lead and they come out of turn number 4 at the end of lap number 10.
What a race this has turned out to be. This could be very tough now for any of the field to catch Brims in the fast car. You can look and just see how much Morling was holding him up. Martin is back in 3rd, Greg Morling is 4th, Bill Rose for 5th, Hancock for 6th. Here comes Alan Buckley, Neil Johnson on the inside, Millman in there as well. Oh, Johnson goes very sideways. Buckley nearly came undone. Johnson across the front of the field. Oh, Millman had nowhere to go. And the car is damaged on the right side. You can see it sitting down as they go into turn number 1. Millman refuses to be denied. Hanging on out there. Our race leader is still Ian Brims. Bob Morling back in 2nd place. Shane Martin for 3rd. Greg Morling for 4th. Back to Phil Rose. Steve Hancock in the state champion, the Cortina, humming around at the moment. Back to John Purser. Greg Oliver. This is a good scrap. Neil Johnson in there as well. Wayne Millman. Robbie Hungens. Frank Doze. Glenn Smith. Daniel Jury. Noel McGrath about to be lapped, and this is where it will start to be interesting as they come up to lap traffic. This is where things could get hectic. Johnson is having an almighty battle with Richard Nelson, and Wayne Millman's in there as well. Look at this, here comes Sims like he's got a sonar strapped to the front of this car. All the traffic moving up. It's good to see everybody at least take notice of the lapping flags they're being given as they get into that straight once more. Brims, not much time to enjoy this at the moment. Oh, Johnson and Millman really going at it. Back in the field, the 22 car and the car number 8 having a great battle. Here comes Brims trying to lap the traffic now. Bob Morling will pounce if he's given half a chance. He's sitting right in his draft. As they go into turn number 3 for the final time, Con, this has got everything.
This is the halfway mark. 20 laps down and 20 to go. And Ian Brims from Queensland leads. Bob Morling from New South Wales. Shane Martin from WA in car number 7 in 3rd place. Then back a long gap back there to Greg Morling, who starts to slow. Philip Rose is there. Hancock, the West Australian champions amongst them as well. A brilliant race. Now 21 laps completed. 19 to go in the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship for 1994. One car is Fishy Toledo up on the bench, but the race continues. The freight train is absolutely on. It is an awesome sight. Rose has grabbed Greg Morling 2nd place. Hancock's behind him. So West Australian still staying in touch. Talenta in 27's a lap behind. Here he goes. Ian Brims now going there in car number 36 by G's kept the pressure on. Bob Morling right behind him. Long gap back then to Shane Martin. And then back then to our next man through, Philip Rose and Hancock. Still a brilliant race. The Queenslander, Brims, has done a wonderful job. He hasn't put a wheel wrong in car number 36. Ian Brims from Queensland. Neil Johnson's all over the road like a mad woman. Frank Doe's kisses the fence. Third place man Shane Martin took a hard, deep breath. Philip Rose from Bunbury's up in fourth place. And fifth place is Marriage's Hancock. The race is an absolute firecracker. Out of turn number 4, Ian Brims goes. Bob Morling's right on his tailpipes once again. So here they come once again. The freight train's there. Neil Johnson tries to race him. Oh, that's not very good, young Neil. And they go down the back straight, past the sign in the back straight. It's half hours now as they go, and really and truly turning up some absolutely unbelievable fireworks into the final stages. Car number 36. Oh, and here we go. As the race car has come up against the fence, the caution orders go. Caution lights are on. Young Digger Clark, and I suppose Ian Brims would be sigh of relief there, because now the field will go nose to tail, Wade, and it'll probably take him another 5 or 6 laps before he will get into it.
Yeah, you'll stay.
Leads. Bob Morling from New South Wales in second place. Shane Martin, Western Australia, third. Phil Rose, Western Australia, in fourth position. Trevor Hancock? No, it's not Trevor Hancock, it's WA1. And that is young Hancock is the race leader. He's not in fourth place, I beg your pardon. Alan Buckley's there too, but I think he had been passed, but I will have to leave that. So here they go, the green lights go on. Ian Brims is leading. Now they go into the top turn. As you know, the field is always sorted out. The lap cars are left in the position. So Ian Brims from Queensland now settles down to do some great racing. Our chief steward's wearing a Brims hat, so it'll be interesting to see if he's going to bring this guy luck. Brims' car is very fast. Here we have 20 laps to go. Out of turn 2, Ian Brims. Back to Bob Morling, back there to Shane Martin. This is the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship by 1994. A little bit of dust starts to rise, so the track's drying out, so the cars are working very hard. The tyres are getting hot. Another car, and it's Philip Rose. Oh, don't tell me he has lost the tyre. He has stopped dramatically. Now it is the nerves that will be coming in now, Wade, as the cars are starting to feel the pressure and about to break after 2 big nights of Speedway.
Will be, will Wayne Millman have enough cordial to finish the race?
I tell you what, Ian Brims with confidence, let's just put it that way.
That's right, he does. So, 20 grueling laps left to go in the Bunbury Nissan 1994 Australian Modified Sedan Championship Grand Final. Here at the Bunbury City Speedway, Hancock's up in fourth place. The Witch's Hat brings the drivers into position, and away they go. Out of turn number 4 now, and thundering down the main straight. Ian Brims, back to Bob Morling, back to Shane Martin, and Hancock's now starting to come right in touch. So the West Australian champion, the boy from Narrogin, Greg Morling's going back through the field. He's found the pressure a little bit too tough on him at the moment. Now Bob Morling starts to fight back. Out of turn number 4, 19 laps left to go. So Bob Morling, oh, and Ian Brims has run out of noise. He's run out of noise, the Queenslander. Something's broken. Martin on the outside and grabs second. Hancock's up in third. Oh, what a vicious blow to the Queenslander. He was running so hot. So Bob Morling now leads the race. 18 laps left to go. Bob Morling from Victoria leading. Back there to number 7, Shane Martin. Back to number 1 from Western Australia, Hancock. Alan Buckley's amongst them too. And Wayne Milman still drinking cordial and going hard. They thunder down the back straight. The track is absolutely alive at the moment. The adrenaline's are pumping and the hearts are thumping. Out of turn number 4, no place for pussycats, no place for the weak at heart. These are brave men of Speedway, and they race like there's no tomorrow. Bob Morley, Shane Martin's doing a wonderful job in second place. Third place man still Hancock. So Bob Morley hasn't got it all his own way at the moment. They come out of turn 4 down the main straight. Number 4, Walling going for Australian title number 3. Martin, number 7 from WA. In second place. Plenty of action still. The laps are ticking by, and 25 down and 15 to go. So this is a real marathon event as they thunder out of turn number 4. Clean air in Bob Morling's face as Shane Martin second place, then back to Hancock. Back to car number 32 going very well indeed. Richard Nelson from Western Australia. And we find Milman in there still battling hard. Alan Buckley's there. Neil Johnson's back in the fray and working hard. Out of turn 4. Now they're really working. 14 laps left to go. 14 loading laps for Bob Morley. The man from New South Wales is now must be realising just how hard it is to stay in front of the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship for 1994. Will he make it? Title number 3. He looks very strong. He's going from strength to strength. Shane Martin's worked hard. The Hillsbreaker car's looking good. Oh, they've lost the front end. Car number 14's lost the front end, and that's Noel McGrath, the Victorian. Dreams are being made, but dreams are shattering here at the moment. This is an unbelievable, punishing race as they come out of turn number 4 once again. The claw to the floor, and he's going for Mob. They're 28 down with now 12 laps left to go. Coming out of turn number 2, Bob Morling working hard. Martin going up the fence, he's starting to tire. Hancock's starting to pour the pressure on. Out of turn number 4, 29 laps down, 11 to go. This is the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship. Bob Morling looks strong, very powerful, a very good driver as he comes down the back straight and comes into that turn once again. It's Bob Morling from Victoria, Martin from Western Australia, then Hancock, and now, ladies and gentlemen, with the final 10 laps of the Bunbury Nissan Australian Modified Sedan Championship, over to you, Wade.
What an absolute marathon. Leading at the moment. He's done it twice before, and he's chasing number 3 tonight. Shane Martin at times has looked to be closing him down, and at other times he seems to be dropping away. Hancock a distant third. Richard Nelson's been driving hard. Wayne Milman too. Back to Neil Johnson, Alan Buckley. We go back to Rob Hungins, Frank Doze, Glenn Smith. But our race leader, Bob Walling, it'll only be a matter now of whether he can stay up to it. The car will keep running cool. That will probably prove the difference. If Walling's car can continue without any problems, we have no more restarts, then the New South Welshman, the likeable New South Welshman from, well, a man who's won 5 state titles, and there's a problem. It looks like it may well be Hancock. It is. What a race of upsets. Steve Hancock pulls the Cortina up in Catalano corner. Oh, this race has had everything. There's our first and second, Walling and Martin. There's 9 laps left in this. In fact, when you look at it, Bob Walling is taking on the entire West Coast contingent on his own. The other stars have found they're going tough. Barrow the Cat will be sitting up straight in the transporter waiting for this one. Walling initiates the start. Martin didn't quite pick it. They come out of turn number 4. This is all happening now. 9 laps to go. Neil Johnson goes high. There's a problem with the 22 car. Walling into the race lead once more. Martin up to second. Milman is holding down third. We're told Nelson is possibly a lap down, and flat right front tyre for Neil Johnson. As they come off turn number 4, our race leader, the New South Welshman, Bob Walling, the Builders Fresh Bred VP V6 Commodore. Martin has thrown absolutely everything at him. At this stage, it's all to no avail. Look at Greg Walling pacing the infield. He wants his dad to win this. This would be title number 3. Martin's got a problem. Martin is retiring. The Sigma has cried enough. Oh, what bad luck for Shane Martin. The battle goes on for the Miners, but Shane Martin, a retirement. Just look at this racing going on here at this 40-lap punishing final. Walling is still leading Millman up to second place. It's been a good run from him. Richard Nelson hanging on to third at this stage. We'll confirm that with you. Martin is going to stop. Shane Martin is going to stop coming out of turn number 2. This could bring the yellows back on. Well, will he be able to get through on the inside and pull that car off the circuit? 5 to go and the yellow lights are on. Hungens doze. Glenn Smith, you got to be in it to win it. We had 24 cars start. We've lost 18. Still 6 laps to go. Look at Millman. Got the cotties pouring through his veins out there, Ken. Going into turn number 3. Here we go. Millman looks for the inside run. Oh, Walling's got a problem. Walling has got a problem. The car was very slow through the turns. And Wayne Millman was right onto his tail. This is going to be a thriller. Nelson's in third. Hungens in there. Doze and Glenn Smith down the back straight. What a race this has been. Millman running the half-track run, doing it with a flat left front tyre. 5 laps left to go and Millman on a charge. Oh, you can't take it away from Bob Walling. What a great driver he is. He's a little bit older than most of the guys in this field, but he's also a little bit smarter when it comes to racetrack craft. He's been doing it a while. The Fielder's fresh-bred Commodore seems to be running pretty cool. Millman up on a half-track run. This battle with Richard Nelson was outstanding earlier on. Onto the main straight. 4 laps left to travel. Walling still in front. The Collie Mitsubishi Sigma of Wayne Millman, a hard charger, trying to break the Bunbury hoodoo. Hasn't snared a main event here at Bunbury. This would be an absolute beauty to come home to. Richard Nelson up in third, has driven very consistently. Rob Hungens holding on for 4th at this stage as Nelson drifts a little bit high on the track. Well, race going on. Walling still very well in control. Only a handful of laps left in this one. 2 laps left to go. And Walling drifting a little bit high, but he skipped away. This would be the longest 2 laps of Bob Walling's life. Wayne Millman holding on for second. Richard Nelson and Rob Hungens make a late charge. Walling's almost lost it. He had a moment then. He nearly threw the Australian title out the window of the Commodore. He almost had a moment. 1 lap left to go. Bob Walling, the veteran from New South Wales, onto the main straight. Here we go. This is where it's pressure time. Walling knows he's only going to point this thing in the right direction. He buttons off a little, coming out of turn number 2. Well, he's a tough old bird and he drives exceptionally well. Bob Walling from New South Wales into the final turn. Will he keep it together? Yes, he does. Come on, Bunbury. What a great drive. He takes the win and he's absolutely elated. Wayne Millman, what an outstanding run. Richard Nelson just for third. Hungens for 4th. Frank Doze back to Glenn Smith. Well, come on, ladies and gentlemen. How about the drive from Wayne Millman? 1 flat tyre for the last 15, 20 laps, and he managed to do it. Greg Walling's absolutely stoked down on the infield, wrapped with his dad performance. Here they come, race fans. Have a look at this. Put your hands together for him. Bob Walling, the winner, and Wayne Millman by no means disgraced. Here comes the Australian flag, and Bob Walling, an outstanding competitor, professional, well prepared. The checker and the Australian flag, if he doesn't get blinded as he goes through turn number 1 and 2. What a great drive. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him in the bar. A very tough driver, and didn't he do it well? Stayed second top point scorer after night number 1. Came back strongly, was always a threat, had to survive that earlier incident with Ian Brims. They were racing very hard. And down the back straight, let's hear it for him. Bob Walling, what a champion driver he is. Everybody's starting to arrive on the infield now. Everybody pretty pleased about just finishing 40 punishing laps at Bunbury Speedway. There's the time for the last 6 laps. 2 minutes 8.49. The last lap went down at a 21.49. The fast one on lap 10, 20.39. As he comes on the main straight, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the new Australian Modified Sedan champion, Bob Walling. And Greg went out to give him a big handshake and nearly got run over. There's the Fielder's Fresh Bread car, covered in the Australian flag and the checker. Down amongst all the gangers, Con Migro is moving in amongst the crew.
And to present third place trophy, Richard Nelson, ladies and gentlemen, who I can tell you right, I just said to him, don't dare buy a lotto. All the luck you've had, son, has just gone. Jump up at the back of the ute, Richard, because his front end snapped off as he went across the line to present the third place. Graham, I'm glad you've come here tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed the Speedway racing.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure on behalf of everyone to present this trophy this evening. But before I do that, I would like to thank the organisers for a grand championship we've had here in Bunbury, and those drivers who have taken part. Thanks to you for a good show. We particularly thank those who have come from a long way, those from Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. Thank you for coming. Have a good, safe journey home. God bless.
Richard, a very exciting night at Speedway for you, young man.
Yeah, we just made it across the line, but we hung in there. That's great. I'd like to thank the sponsors, pit crew, Roy and Gary, and all the Augusta Margaret River Speedway mobs for helping get here.
Stay here, young man. Great on you. Stay on the back of the ute. Wayne Millman, ladies and gentlemen, this man drove the race 35 of the 40 laps with the left front tyre flat. Come on, put your hands together. Graham, would you please present the second place award to him as well as Doug Carson. Graham. Congratulations. Wayne. Wayne, an outstanding effort, and you'd have to be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Collie Mitsubishi, Collie Tyre Power, Collie Caltech Service Station, Retrovision Collie, Quality Platers and all district signs. And also I'd like to thank Alan Blake and Bunbury Nissan for putting this meeting on. Thanks very much.
Wayne, what was in that plastic bottle with the cord? Could you tell the fans what you were actually doing in the race?
Yeah, I was drinking lemon water all the way around.
There we are. So stay on the back of the ute. And ladies and gentlemen, the third place for you, and Richard, there was the trophy just behind you. And ladies and gentlemen, the Australian national champion for 1994. Would you please put your hands together from New South Wales, Mr. Bob Walling, who has done an outstanding performance here this weekend on the front row, and your blue sash, Bob. He gets a commemorative jacket and the trophy, which is the first place trophy. And Bob, we were talking to you before the race, and you said that a lot of the NASCAR drivers are in their 50s because they've got more brains and they drive a lot better. And you certainly proved that tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Con. I'd like to first thank my pit crew for doing a tremendous job. Next, I'd like to thank Alan and Nolene. I think Alan, Blake and Nolene have done a tremendous job of putting this show on. They've looked up after competitors, they've had phone calls after phone calls, and they have never turned anybody back. They've done a tremendous job. To Alan and Nolene, congratulations, and you got my respect and anything I can do for you. To Bunbury Nissan, thanks for putting on a great effort. The people in Bunbury have supported us tremendously. Toyota, the Quick Boys down there gave us every bit of assistance, and everybody in Bunbury's been great to us. Thank you, people. I hope we can come back again to you all. Thank you.
Bob, and also now your jacket that you will wear, and everyone in Australia now knows that you are the national champion. Howard, would you like to come around here, Howard, because we could have a few words to say to you. It's been a huge effort from your company, and on behalf of not only Bunbury Speedway, but Speedway in Western Australia and Speedway in this country, thank you very much indeed for your company's tremendous support of a fine Australian sport. I'd like to say that a lot of people don't realise, but Speedway is an Australian sport. It originated here, and Bunbury have played a huge part in the history of the sport, and your company tonight has advanced the signs of Speedway, what it's all about, what we all are involved in it for. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much, Con. Yes, on behalf of Bunbury Nissan, the Bunbury Car Club, Alan and Nolan Blake. We'd sincerely like to thank everybody that turned up tonight and on Tuesday night, all the competitors that competed, and of course the 3 winners here tonight. Thanks very much, Colin.
Thank you, Howard. And ladies and gentlemen, the National President, Mr. Doug Carson. He's a Victorian, but we've just about adopted him as a West Australian. Another sensational night of speedway racing in the southwest of Western Australia, and I'm sure that your federation would have to be very proud of the organisational ability that's in this state and the standard of the tracks.
Yes, Con, excellent. I've been over here 3 times in the last 6 months to various meetings, and this one's really topped it off. It was an excellent night tonight. Tuesday night was fabulous. There was good racing in all the heats, and the only unfortunate part about tonight was the amount of cars we lost in the final. But by hell, whilst they were there, it was really good racing. Just on behalf of the Federation, I'd like to present this. It's a 20-year-old trophy to Bob Walling. It's a perpetual trophy. His name is on it. He won it in 1986. He won it again in 1992. He came second last year in 1993, and now he's going to have his name on it again 1994. Bob, you've almost got the thing home and hosed. Here it is again for another 12 months, the Australian Saloon Car Federation Championship Trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, what about 3 cheers for 3 great drivers? Hip hip! Come on, a bit louder, hip hip! Hip hip! Bob, congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, Con, and thanks to all the competitors. And once again, thanks to the Bunbury City and to Alan and Nolan. Tremendous race.